You're listening to Empire of Rust, the first and greatest Transformers RPG podcast. Join the heroes of Cybertron as the last vestiges of Starscream's war take them to the far-flung colonies to defend the planet from distant threats and protect the Cybertronian Republic from the shadow of the Harmonium.
Welcome back to Empire of Rust, the first and greatest Transformers RPG podcast. And this is episode number 123. 123. Yeah.
Yeah.
ABC.
URS.
That should be the name of the episode. ABC 123.
Yeah, sure. All right. Trademark that. Give me a penny every time someone uses it.
Or you should say something as easy as. You know.
Yeah, okay.
All
right.
Stop honing in on my market.
Taking notes. So we're recording in the past, in late July. You know what? I'll lift the veil. We're recording July 21st. It's amazing. I didn't realize until just a half hour ago that today, of all days, is National Ice Cream Day.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Great, Mike.
Hey.
Now that you've given away the date, we're going to have all these time travelers coming back to eat ice cream and crash our show.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Those damn time-traveling ice cream eaters. You know?
If only we weren't so popular in the very, 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 very far future.
Yeah, like our podcast is the only one to survive in year 4000. When do we want it?
Irrelevant.
Yeah, it could. This could become like Galaxy Quest, where a future civilization looks back on our recordings as the historical documents.
Oh, God. Can you imagine a culture based off of our stupidity? Jesus fucking Christ.
Can you imagine a culture that's based off of robotic androids that can transform into other things actually finding this? Oh, they were prophets.
No, I think they would exterminate us for blasphemy. You know?
These people sound like they're not even robots. Since I found out it is National Ice Cream Day, I wanted to find out what your favorite ice cream flavors are.
Mint chocolate
Adam,
chip. Mint chocolate chip with some hot fudge on top. That's it. That's awesome.
That's it? No
All day,
jiggles?
every day.
No sprinkles?
Nope.
Now, important question, Adam. In a cup or in a cone?
In a cup, because it's important to keep the fudge isolated. Keep it with the ice cream. On a cone, hot fudge will just drip right off.
Okay. That's a well thought out and well reasoned answer.
It wasn't thought out at all. That's second nature to me.
You go to an ice cream place and that's all you order.
Yep,
Mint chocolate chip in a cup.
Mint
hot
chocolate
fudge.
chip
That's
in
it.
a cup with hot fudge and a spoon. Preferably metal, but I'll take plastic.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. Pretty good choice.
How about you, Mike?
2. Basic that you can get anywhere. Coffee ice cream.
Oh,
stuff.
Okay.
I'm right there with you. I judge
Good
a place based
answer.
off of its ice cream.
But there's one place by me that makes their own ice cream, and they do an amazing fluffernutter ice cream.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
It's a vanilla marshmallow ice cream with swirls of peanut butter in it. It's so good.
I want to
Oh,
go to
man.
there.
Yeah.
Well, you live right near him. Why haven't you gone there yet?
He hasn't told me where it is. He's keeping it a secret.
He wants
You
you to
can't have my fluffernutter ice cream.
I'll find it.
No.
I'll do a spiral search out from your house.
I mean, my favorite go-to is generally some sort of peanut butter ice cream with peanut butter sauce on it. I think I had 2 flavors I really liked, which I think are both completely non-existent at this point. There was the Ben and Jerry's sweet cream and cookies, which is really, really good. I don't think they make it anymore.
Okay.
And the other one that they definitely don't make anymore, and they haven't made for a very long time, is called Festivus, which is also Ben and Jerry's. It was like graham crackers and cinnamon with gingerbread in it, like a gingerbread ice cream.
I remember seeing that flavor.
But that's not for you. That's for the rest of us, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's for me. I don't celebrate that. Yeah, that was, as far as I know, it hasn't existed for many years. So, but I always go for the peanut butter.
I wonder if Ben and Jerry's is going to like bringing its stuff back from the vault. Like, do they do that?
I think they do, but I mean, not like I keep my finger to the pulse.
It's rare.
I mean, fish food is
So you
really
said
good.
it was Festivus and what else?
And sweet cream and cookies, I think it's called. I mean, I don't know if they ever discontinued that one, but I haven't seen it in a long time. I only could get it from one place anyway, and I haven't been there in a long time.
According to the internet, it was out for just a couple of years, like 2 or 3 years in 2000. And it came back in 04 as gingerbread cookie and 09 as ginger snap.
Oh, really?
But it hasn't been back since.
Is it the same thing? I wouldn't have recognized it.
Again, that's well, according to Ben and Jerry's website, that's what they're doing.
Ah.
Yeah, that's definitely dating myself then.
That's actually interesting too, because like it's both Ben and Jerry's, like store-bought ice cream, versus actually going to an ice cream shop kind of like flavor for it. So
yeah, although
right.
Peanut butter tends to be my bedrock though. So I do love the coffee, but I haven't had a long time since I gave up caffeine. So.
All right, Pat, how about you? I think I told from your reaction, coffee's a good choice for you?
Yeah, coffee is pretty much like the one that I always pick. Which actually, I just remembered that I actually have some like very high quality coffee ice cream from a place that I haven't tried yet in my freezer right now. So
Nice.
I think I'm going to indulge in that later. That's just good. JP Licks coffee ice cream is amazing. Like probably my favorite one. But
is JP Licks a national chain or is it regional?
I think it's mostly regional. Like it started in Jamaica Plain, JP.
Okay.
But there are a few, at least in and around the Boston area. But I don't really know. That's the only place I've ever had them before.
And that's for all you listeners too. So if you've never heard of JP Licks, that's because it's a Northeast thing.
Yeah. JP Licks is amazing. But then the other one, like when I at home, I'm either other than coffee, it's like a Breyer's natural vanilla ice cream mixed with Hershey's chocolate syrup, mashed until it's like a brown slurry. I love that shit so much. And they're the Reese's peanut butter, Reese's peanut butter cup, which might not be out anymore because I haven't seen it recently. That's hella good. Like those are like my three, for the last decade. That's like the ice cream that I ate.
I saw it in stores a couple weeks ago.
Soft serve ice cream in a cone when I go to like a soft serve place.
It's funny, you just stole my second answer with that last comment there.
All right.
So what are your favorites, Mike?
When I go to an actual ice cream shop, I love a vanilla chocolate soft serve swirl with Jimmy's on it. So
I've never been I'm not a Jimmy's person.
You're going to spark the old Jimmy's and Sprinkles battle, too, if you're not careful.
Yeah. Listen, in the Northeast, it's called they're chocolate sprinkles are Jimmy's. That's just what they are. I don't know what to tell you guys.
It's true.
Do you guys ever watch the show Game Changer? If you haven't, you absolutely have to. But it's kind of like a game show for people that are like really good gamers that you've all probably heard of. But they had this one line where the guy was just like, what are sprinkles in hell? And then, without hesitation, the guy goes, "Bing," and he goes, "Fingernails." And everyone's just like, "Oh my god, like that's fucking awful." And I'm like, "Yep, that's how it works."
Damn.
Yeah.
And I think my go-to flavor, just at home, kind of like the bedrock flavor, I think it's going to be a cookies and cream.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a nice solid choice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love me a vanilla and chocolate twist soft serve. Oh, so good.
Yeah,
but seriously, I highly recommend take a natural vanilla ice cream, natural specifically. It can't be the French vanilla or any of that kind of stuff. Put a little bit of Hershey's chocolate syrup on it, mash it up until it's like just brown, gruel, and it is, c'est magnifique.
Yeah, it's the combined chocolate vanilla, which you actually don't see very often.
Fair enough. Well, even though it's ice cream day, I'm not going to go out to an ice cream place to get it today because it's going to be a riot over there. And speaking of which, we need to get into this episode. All of you are traveling through the Spacebridge. The exit portal opens on Cybertron, and you all step through. I'm going to make an assumption. Sweet Spot, I think you were the first person out of the portal?
Sure, why not? When am I ever not the first?
That's true, because you want to get off the jungle planet, so Sweet Spot, I need you to make me a reflex save.
Reflex save? Why? Why do I need to make a reflex save? Oh wait, that's my best save. I'm alright with this. This is good. This will be fine. Aha. I got a 34. Is that going to do it?
Damn.
34 will certainly do it. So you managed to see this piece of something flying towards your head the moment you exit the portal. You notice it, you duck down, you get out of the way. Magnum, you are the next person to go through the portal. Boom. A cyber tomato hits you in the face.
A cyber tomato. Clunk or splunk?
Clunk. And Sweet Spot, Magnum, both of you notice this now, and then Spindrift and Carapace, you'll notice it in just a second. The moment you step through the portal, there is a full-on riot happening in the Spacebridge Plaza.
Oh, Carapace got his birthday present.
I have been waiting. It's been a long time since I've been on a good riot.
Because I was listening to just some fairly recent episodes. He was talking about how much he loves riots.
Yep.
This certainly does spark some memories, does it not, fellas? All right, let's get to work.
Yeah.
You know what to do. Hey, you and you. Do you guys have any medical training? Come with me.
I just put you on a map, and you can see there's a lot of people out here.
So many targets.
Go ahead and make me a perception check, whomever wants to. Or if you're just mad at being hit in the face by a cyber tomato, just take out your gun and start shooting.
22.
39.
Yeah, Carapace is 22.
Carapace, you pass. Spindrift, you pass.
That is 34.
That is also a pass. And last but not least, Sweet Spot.
I got myself a 21.
That was a close one, but you pass. You can tell that what is happening is So what you're noticing here is that there's two distinct groups here at the Spacebridge Plaza shouting at each other. And you can kind of tell that it seems to be a religious discussion or a religious fight versus people who are venerating the primes versus people who do not believe in the primes. At first, you're a little bit confused as to why. Like, why is this happening? Why is there an ideological fight happening here in the Spacebridge Plaza? And as you're hearing all the shouts and the yelling, and before I get too far on it, it hasn't really turned violent just yet. But you can definitely see bots getting in each other's faces. There's a couple of people pushing others around. Security is present. Like, there are some security forces there, but there's just far too many people for them to really make much of a difference. They're trying to pull out like the loudest people there, but not having a ton of success. And it's back and forth, people just yelling and shouting at each other, and you're still trying to piece together the why, like what is going on here. And then as you look up, you can see on like the large, on a very large video screen that's mounted on one of the buildings, kind of like a Jumbotron in Times Square, just like a large video screen. You can see Windblade is on screen, and she is giving a speech.
Today, we stand at the dawn of a new era, one where our combined strength and unity will shape a brighter future for all. I am deeply honored and profoundly humbled to accept the role of president, and I promise to serve with unwavering dedication, integrity, and compassion. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who believed in me and our shared vision. This journey has not been easy. We have faced adversaries that tested our resolve and challenges that threatened to divide us. Yet, we have emerged stronger, more united, and more determined than ever. To my fellow Autobots, thank you for your trust and support. Together, we have fought for justice, peace, and the protection of all sentient beings. To the Decepticons who have chosen the path of reconciliation, thank you for your courage in seeking a new way forward. Your willingness to transform, in spirit as well as in form, speaks volumes about the potential for growth and harmony within us all. And to all the non-aligned citizens who have stood by our side, you've shown us the power of resilience and the strength that comes from unity. Your world has faced countless challenges, yet you have welcomed us with open arms and open sparks. We are grateful for your friendship and your unwavering support. Starscream's treachery, though painful, has taught us invaluable lessons about the importance of transparency, accountability, and unity. As we move forward, we must remember that our strength lies not in our might, but in our ability to stand together as one. The road to healing and rebuilding will be long, but I believe in our collective ability to overcome these challenges. In the words of Alpha Trion, the strength of the spark lies not in its might, but in its light. Let our light shine brightly, illuminating the path towards a future where harmony and cooperation are the norm, where the dreams of today become the reality of tomorrow. Thank you, my friends and fellow citizens. Together, we will transform our world for the better. Together, we will create a future where we can all be proud. Till all are one.
And you can all recognize that this is Windblade's acceptance speech. So it looks like the election is done. She has won, as you suspected. And as her speech, all with her message of unity and reconciliation is going on, you guys are standing in the middle of an ideological argument between two very opposed viewpoints. So what would you like to do?
They don't believe the primes exist. I mean, we met one.
We could just leave. Yeah, we could just leave and let it happen.
You could, but where's the fun in that, right?
Hey, I have pictures of Optimus Prime. See, I mean,
yeah, he's just a robot. He's just a robot, though. Like, it's not whether or not they exist; it's whether or not they matter. And I don't particularly think that they matter. You know, if there's only Optimus Prime, if he's the only Prime left, then who gives a fuck what he thinks? You know? Let's go on.
That sounds just.
Hey, guess what? I believe in the Primes. Kind of... Cool. And then are you going to have breakfast now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what does that matter? You know?
Yeah.
Prime is our leader. Did he run? Then he doesn't want the job, so fuck off.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
So Carapace, as you start to make your way into the crowd and try to just walk away, security does notice you and tries to catch your attention. Carapace, over here!
Yes.
Thank Primus you're here. This situation is getting out of hand. Any chance you could give us a hand trying to keep this crowd under control?
I don't think you want my help in this. Let's give Sweet Spot a chance, and if he fails, then
why are y'all looking at me now?
Separate the two groups, because this is your bag. This is what you do. Politic.
This is your bag, baby.
I don't think that's the right verbiage. It sounds a little bit inflammatory. Is this thing on? Hello? Actually, do we have a voice modulator, something to project? Or am I going to have to do it myself?
I got you. Don't worry.
All right. Attention, everyone. If I could have your attention for just one moment, please. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, you're still arguing? You're not going to be able to hear what I'm saying unless you're paying attention here. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Now, it seems like there is a bit of an argument and disagreement that is going on pretty much all over the place here. It's very important that people get to and from the Spacebridge, so we're going to have to, kind of separate you guys outside. We can hear what you have to say. Now, all those that are in favor for the primes and have that point of view that they are in the right and all that, could you just move over here to my right, please? Just move over this way. Just migrate over here. Thank you. Just keep it going. There you go. And now everyone else that was opposed to this viewpoint, just kind of like separate yourselves and migrate over here to my left if you could. All right? Let's go on right over here to the left. All right, now that we have you both kind of spread out a little bit here, all right, now we're going to have a little bit of a shout-off. Now, this is a fun way of trying to, go about getting arguments settled without really coming to blows. No one really wants that. And let's have some fun with it, okay? All right, so right over here. Primes, do you have some sort of a war chant? Something that you would like to shout to really exclamate your beliefs? Let's hear it.
And one of them will kind of step forward and lead off a chant, the way of flame, the way of flame.
Oh.
All right, one more time. Can we get everyone to do it together?
Prime's number one.
Yeah. All right.
The way of flame, the way of flame.
Let them do that a few more times. All right, now, those of you of an opposing viewpoint, I'm sure you feel just as strongly as these folks over here, although you probably feel that you have a better kind of like a war cry or chant or something to really drive home your point of view. Let's hear that. What do you have to say?
Primes are bots. Primes are bots.
All right. Now, we're going to go off one at a time here. All right. Now, let's, where's my friend here? Where'd he go? The building. Maggie. Yeah, come on, friend. Right up here. Right up front. All right. You are scientists. You have the means in order to measure certain things scientifically. Do you not?
Yes, yes, of course. I've been trained since Spark to be measuring things.
That's enough, scientists. That's enough. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, if you could measure the volume that is being put out by these folks over here when they do their chant versus the volume of these folks over here when they do their chant, then I think we are soon going to have a point of view and a consensus that is the right point of view for this crowd. All right, folks? Now, you over here on the left, you're going to be quiet while they're doing their chant, because otherwise you're going to be helping them out with a little bit of volume, okay? All right, now you guys be quiet.
This proves nothing!
Now, on three, I need you to shout as loud as you can your war cry, your point of view is going to come across all together. Ready now? 1, 2, 3.
Way of flame!
And after they do that, I'll have Magnum give a number.
Yes.
What's the measurement on that, sir?
That's at least 75 on the Shoutinium scale.
All right, 75. Not bad, folks. You have some passion. I'll give you that right now. Okay, now over here on the left, I'm going to need all of you to give me your shout, your war cry, your battle cry, whatever you want to call it. It is going to come out loud and clear and unified. And you're going to have to really speak up because that 75, that's hard to beat. All right? Now, ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Primes are bots!
All right. Not bad. All right. Now, Magnum, what is the number on that?
I mean, that was a little bit louder. That's more like 82 Shoutoniums. So
82
pretty close.
Shoutoniums. Well, that would seem that is that's pretty definitive. 82 is a higher number than 75. Tell you what, you folks over here on the right, you want one more chance to make yourselves heard? I'm talking really heard. You want to do that? You guys want to do that over here?
This isn't an accurate test!
All right, that will be duly noted, but we're going to go on with this, okay? Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Way of flame!
All right. I think that might have been louder. How about you, Magnum? What did you say about that?
That's a full 95 Shoutoniums there. I'm impressed.
95! That is unbelievable. My ears are still ringing. All right, well, since we gave them one more chance, I think these folks over here deserve another chance. But this is going to be it. This is going to be the final chance that you have to beat a 95. All right? So this is what we're going to do. On 3, you're all going to take a deep breath and shout out your point of view as loud as you can. All right? 95 is the number to beat. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go!
Primes are bots!
All right. Magnum, what we got there?
Sweet spot. Send a message. What should I say?
I will send a little note back to Magnum. I would prefer that they come out evenly matched.
All right. After much computation and comparison, the Shoutonium scale says that this is also 95. Both sides agree equally with themselves.
All right. Well,
I'd say they're very convinced. They're very convinced.
They are all very convinced of their own way of their point of view is correct, and you're all correct. Every point of view matters, and you can all believe what you like because there you have it. Your beliefs are what they are. Right now, stop arguing about this silly old mess. You know what you know, and you believe what you believe, and everyone can do what they want. All right? So let's go about our business and make some room for these travelers here. They're all coming out of the Spacebridge here. Don't want no fruit flying around. All right, thank you very much, folks. I'll look over at the security guard and go, and that you can take to Ironhide.
Nicely done. As you are walking through the parted crowd, who both seem kind of confused right now, you can hear a couple of them. Hey, that's the crew that killed Starscream. What side are they on? They're the heroes of Iacon. Of course we can trust them.
I'm going to lead the party right down the middle. Guys. Right down the middle.
And they start asking you, like, what side are you on? What do you believe? And they're trying to like put their hands on you and try to grab you. Not quite violently, but you can see that they're being a bit insistent. They want to get you on their side.
The gravitation is fairly constant around this area. Yes. And I know if you go high enough in the atmosphere, you eventually get into outer space. Up far enough. Yeah. We get that high up. I think we all agree on that, right?
Yep, we've been there.
So
I can attest.
We can also agree that dots have different colors, yes. Some dots are red, some dots are blue. Yeah, different colors. We can agree on that, right?
Some bots are purple.
Yeah. Some bots are purple. Yes, we get some. We agree that light bounces off bots, different colors. Indeed, yes, certainly. We'll just keep announcing random facts that everyone can agree on until we can get through the crowd.
Through the crowd.
Everyone here likes Energon,
and I will be agreeing with them the whole time.
Everyone likes Energon. Who else likes Energon?
Yeah. Good Lord. We love Aaron John. This guy loves Aaron John. That guy really loves Aaron John.
Yeah. Who wants to have Aaron John? Give me.
Yeah, Energon! Before we get too far along, though, Spindrift, this is like your first real experience here on Cybertron. What are you making of all this?
It's pretty chaotic. There's definitely a lot of bots in one area, which I'm not used to. It's a little claustrophobic.
Oh, okay. Especially with all of them kind of like pulling close to you too.
Yeah. Not quite liking that.
Oh.
And they've made a space for the lot of you, but it's kind of like a moving space, like where the opening is kind of like moving like through the crowd, and they like part and they close back up afterwards.
Oh, yeah. So just like forming a bubble around us.
And everybody move moment. Everybody move! And then they go, oh shit, okay. Let us walk through.
I really need to get some brand new tires because I can't be having these rags hanging off my wheel wells here. Carapace, if you would please.
I'm sorry, Sweet Spot, but your tires are dry as a bone right here. Like, there's not even a shred. It's like they chomp down on it. It's like a chicken bone, just cleared.
Not one of my better days.
You should be ashamed.
I am ashamed.
What happened to your tires?
Natural selection. They were naturally selected as a food stuff.
Like, that's the thing that, like, all of a sudden, like, you snap, just throw a punch, and then they start the ride all over again.
Don't think I haven't thought about it.
Bam!
Like Scotty in Star Trek when finally someone insults the Enterprise.
Yeah.
And he was
Alright,
trying
here's what I
so
want you
hard
to
not
do.
to fight.
I want you to make a couple of checks. One, you can make a mysticism check to figure out what they're, like, the more specifics of what they're arguing about. I need a diplomacy check in order to get through this crowd, in order to successfully separate them and part them. Or you can make an intimidate check to help with that.
Are all these options?
I think I'm going to go with mysticism. I
figured.
Yeah.
Yes, I would prefer if one of you just pick one that you're going to do and then go that road.
All right, I'm going to try the diplomacy.
Carapace, what are you going to do? Intimidate?
I'm going to intimidate, yeah.
Okay.
And I rolled, unfortunately, only a 5, so that is a 26.
Only a 5. Yeah, you go ahead and you kind of like beat your chest for a minute and like just shout out like make a space.
Yeah.
And yeah, they do. They do make a space for you. All right, good. Magnum.
All right, I got a 40 on my mysticism roll.
Damn. Was anyone else doing mysticism? Spindrift, were you doing that as well?
I was going to do mysticism as well.
All right, go ahead and do it. I'll give you the information all at once.
32.
32. Okay, yeah. Both are successes. So you can tell that the two sides are primarily adherents of the Way of Flame. Magnum, you would know this very, very well, except if I remember correctly, Pythagoras is a Camion.
Yes, he definitely is. Camion.
Yeah. And the Way of Flame is effectively the religion of Caminus, and they venerate the primes, and with Solus Prime being like the forge, like the forge master, the forge god, and they believe that primes are like the religious figures, either like effectively gods, if not gods themselves, really, really close to divine. And the other side of it are believers in something called atechnogenesis. And Magnum, and I just realized I explained the whole Way of Flame thing, but I sent you a bunch of information here. So, Magnum, why don't you explain what atechnogenesis is?
Well, I mean, atechnogenesis implies that there were like sort of an evolution from like levers and gears and things that were sort of naturally occurring over time.
And Mike, while Matt's doing that, I'm going to send you the same information because I forgot that you would actually have a good amount of this too.
So like,
good.
So like the bots evolved essentially, like the random occurrences of mechanical parts that sort of evolved either side of Cybertron or wherever, eventually sort of coalesced, probably through some sort of survival of the fittest, and until it got more and more complicated until bots formed. It was sort of a naturalistic sort of coming together of after time.
Yeah.
If no one's around to pull on a lever, how do you know it's a lever?
Good question. I can't handle philosophy right now.
I heard a similar argument on Earth, too. Someone had asked me what came first, the chicken or the egg.
Part of it is that they definitely reject the Primus and all the traditional religious claims, and about the Matrix and all that stuff. So they're very rationalist. Why they care, what the other ones believe, well, that's always a question.
Somebody needs to be wrong on the internet.
I know.
That's what it is.
And since the two of you rolled so high, I'll actually give you this as well. Since Windblade won the election, I guess you could probably imagine that adherents of something like a technogenesis are going to be a bit uncomfortable having a Camion who is very specifically a believer in the Way of Flame, very specifically a venerator of primes, to be in charge. It's kind of like, for us, if we elected like the Pope president, there's going to be some...
It was like Kennedy, when everyone was freaking out about Kennedy because you were like, oh wait, he's Catholic and therefore he has to obey the Pope, therefore blah, blah, blah.
I think of the same thing.
Exactly, yeah. You feel that you feel like the atechnogenesis, especially these ones here, and I imagine you don't think that these adherents of atechnogenesis are the most, the best, like the brightest in the bunch. Probably the ones who are most fearful. And you feel that that's probably their concern, their worry, their fear. That effectively that Windblade is going to turn Cybertron into a religious state.
Yeah,
they're going to take our codes.
Yeah. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, especially after that wonderful role play, Sweet Spot, what'd you get for your diplomacy?
Oh, I hadn't wrote it yet, but I certainly will now. Let's see. My diplomacy is a mere 27,000-ish, give or take, more or less.
Give or take. And you can see that the crowd is parting a little bit more as you're talking to them, because even though you're not actually confirming or denying anything about your belief system to it, you're kind of just, shaking hands, clapping on the back, congratulating them, like on their views, confirming what they believe to be the right thing while not letting anyone know anything about what you believe.
Yep. First rule of firefighting is contain the fire.
And the lot of you successfully manage to get your way through the crowd. So, with that out of the way, congratulations, you're all level 11.
That's all you had planned for this session? That's it? You were expecting us to fight, weren't you?
Maybe.
Let's go back through and level up.
And see you next time on Empire of Rust.
I wanted to give enough time for this episode, though, to talk about level 11 and all the cool things that are coming up for all of you. Because from what I'm hearing these whispers on our Discord. there's a lot of changes and a lot of things happening with these characters.
Really? I thought the Discord was.
Are you reading our Discord or somebody else's?
Nicely done. Who wants to go first?
Not it.
You always go first, though.
Not this time.
Okay.
I guess I can go first if no one else wants to. I have Magnum has multi-class for the first time.
Nice.
I was really thinking about Power Master a lot, and looking at it, but I ultimately decided to take one level of Soldier because I thought it had some neat things to offer.
That is not the direction I thought you were going to go.
Probably going to be the only level he takes.
Okay.
In this class, because it's not something that's not according to, that's really not the character. But there's a couple of interesting things like I rearranged feats a little bit as a result, and so I took the ability. I took Covered Ally, which has been useful with what's his name, Legionnaire. But as a building, that could be very useful too, to additionally protect people who are cowering around in my force field. And I took a utility feat to get Adaptive Defense, which is sort of I don't think we've used it before. But Adaptive Defense is if you spend an action after someone shoots at you or something, then the next time they shoot at you, they essentially have to beat their previous attack roll to hit you. So if someone rolls a 30 and it hits me, then I could do an action, and then the next time he'd have to roll a 30 again or higher, even though my AC is like 19,
Huh. That's interesting. So, especially as a building too, if you're staying in one spot, you're likely going to get hit. So
yeah, it's happened enough times. So I grabbed us a couple of these defensive features, so that were interesting. That's probably like I said, it's probably the only level I'm gonna take in this class, but it did get me some nice weapon proficiencies and a little bit of an AC boost, and all those things, and the weapon specialization. I also took Mike's unnamed feat to let me use those abilities a little bit easier. So,
yeah, we had a feat for specifically we made for Wild Strike when he took Target Master. So that you could apply half of your previous class's levels to your new class. So in his case, it was Soldier into Target Master. In your case, it's Headmaster into Soldier.
Yeah, essentially what it's going to do is it reduces what actions I need to use those new abilities. Like I think it takes Covered Ally down from I think like full action to standard action, and Adaptive Defense goes down from standard to move. So I consider use them both in the same round. Like I said, I'm probably not going to gain any more levels in this class, so that's just where they're going to stand. So I also realized I probably should have gotten an extra bay last level, so I'm going to get one this level, but discussions are ongoing as to exactly what that's going to be, so I haven't decided yet. So
a new expansion bay getting bigger, huh?
Yes. Oh, yes. And I'm also getting bigger. Getting much bigger.
Oh man. What are you gonna give me a hint here? What's the size gonna be?
I took 2 more mass shifts based on certain feat rearrangements. So I have mass shift 4.
You're colossal.
I can get up to colossal, 30 foot by 30 foot.
Wow.
6 squares by 6 squares.
It's awesome.
You are going to be so big. You are so big on Cybertron.
I guess taking up a lot of space counts in that area. Well, for Pythagoras didn't gain anything because I didn't gain a level of Headmaster or anything like that. So he's still at the same level. But I think there's going to be some fun things with the class.
It's quite a jump there. I imagine that because he was getting shot at so many times too, that he kind of felt that, I need to shore up my defenses there.
Yeah, it's a very defense-minded sort of sort of upgrade as opposed to like, I don't spend on like I'm not going to be spending huge amounts of energy trying to get better at shooting or attacking because I don't have that take a lot more than one level soldier to make that work. But I thought they were handy.
I mean, it could have taken a blade of defense, so every time I get hit enough times, I explode, hurt everyone around me. Yeah. At this level, I hit 20 points of damage real fast.
Mike, what about you? You jump in as a level 10 character, and then you gain a level for disexisting.
Quickest level ever. There wasn't much. I get a feat and a class ability, and that's it for this level for me.
Okay.
We don't know anything that you can do, though.
Exactly, so I don't want to ruin that yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets to do the surprise one this time.
Well, give us a little hint of something you had from the previous build, not the new stuff.
I'll wait.
No, Michael.
Well, fine then. Keep your secrets. Sweet spot. What does a level 11 sweet spot look like? And you had better give me an answer.
Shit. The level 11 sweet spot looks just like the level 10 sweet spot, but plus one level. I actually, with my skill points, I did not put any points to any of the skills that I had formerly maxed out. Instead, I spread them all out amongst all the other skills that I had been neglecting forever. So things like athletics went up by a point, computers went up by a point, culture went up by a point, engineering, intimidate, life science, medicine, mysticism, physical science. What else do I have? One more, survival.
No.
So all of those
now, are
went
any
up
of
by
these class skills for you?
Possibly.
Because if they're class skills and you put a rank in it, you'll push them up even more.
I had in the past put one rank to them already. So the ones that were class skills, I did get that bonus already. So I'm just getting one more point in a bunch of little stuff that I think I should probably be a little bit more experienced at, considering all the exposure I've had to the different skills.
Makes sense. Especially considering how often you've had to deal with Carapace telling you to get your act together.
Yeah, that right there is motivation enough. My armor class went up by 1, so when I'm in motion, my armor class is 30 now. Boom.
Damn,
that's really good.
Yeah,
it is.
When I'm in motion, though. The class ability that I picked out this time is Fast Break, which is it's one I've been kind of like looking at for a long time and just always found something better to take. But now I think it would be kind of cool to have. Once per day, you may transform as a reaction to an incoming attack that would hit you. That would hit your AC. This transformation grants you a +2 to your AC until the beginning of your next turn. If the attack would now miss you, you may move up to 10 feet in any direction without provoking an attack of opportunity from the creature that attempted to hit you. Now, because I'm taking this late in the game, I've got like all the increases up to level 9. So at level 9, increase the AC bonus to +5 instead of +2, and increase the distance you can now move to 15 feet. And earlier, like at level 6, it went from 1 time a day to twice a day.
Nice.
Well, okay. It's a pretty solid increase there.
Yeah.
That's a nice ability too.
I just think it's nice to be able to like transform as a reaction. And then also get some movement out of it too. Because I'm all about the movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good
Yeah,
choice.
converting a hit into a miss is awesome. You know?
Very thematic for Transformers too. Yeah, that works out. Yeah, nice solid choice. How about the feat you get at level 11?
What? I get a feat too? I'm gonna.
I
have
think
to
you
get
never
back
played
on that.
Starfinder before.
Well, I'm sorry, but it's in 2 separate books, so it's kind of flip floppy to get all the information out. I'll have to get back to you on the feat though. I really didn't. I forgot I got a feat.
Yes. Bear in mind, everyone, too, and for all your listeners, you get no matter what class you take, you get a feat every odd level. So yeah, that's just part of the character.
Character level, yeah. Character level 11, 13, 15.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, when you say it that
And then
way,
you'll
I
get-
feel like an idiot for not remembering.
Mission accomplished.
All right, Pat. I heard that you got some neat stuff.
I mean, you heard we had a conversation about it, but sure, it's
That involves
your
him hearing it.
Someone told me.
yeah. Someone told me. So I'm now a 10th level load bearer. So I leveled up my load bearer, which means I'm in a weird position where I actually don't gain a class ability this level. I gain 2 feats. Because one is an 11th level character and one as a 10th level load bearer. So that's, my situation is. A lot of my numbers went up. AC went up by 1. Attack bonus went up by 1. Bunches of my skills went up. Next level is a huge level for all of us. So once we hit level 12, there's going to be a big jump in power. But I also have some pretty nice things that have happened here. So one of the things I took was I took an additional feat of multi-shooting. So now when I make a full attack, I can make 4 attacks with a -4 as opposed to just 3 attacks.
That's ridiculous. Who wrote this system?
I warned you against this. So, and then in addition, I took my second feat, I took utility for my load bearer, and that allowed me to get the my primary form is like blaster mode, and so at 9th level, each of the modes has something that's called a capstone. So capstone is like a thing that kind of like epitomizes what it's supposed to do.
Sure.
So in my case, I can do 2 things. One, as a 4-round action, I can pretty much unload all of my weapons that are like attached to me into a single attack against whatever target. If I miss, they all miss. If I hit, they all hit. If I crit, they all crit. Which is absolutely insane. But I have to use many of my combination points in order to do this, which is not something that I would typically do because I'm just not that much of that's gambling is something that I struggle with, and I just wouldn't do that. However, in addition to that, what I can do is using my combination points, I can allow my unwieldy weapons to function as though they are not unwieldy. So that means I could use like my Red Star Conqueror and make other attacks in a single full attack. Can't do it at will. I have to spend points in order to do it, but I can do it now. So that's going to open up a lot of really interesting things. And the fact that I can now make 4 attacks makes that even nicer. And just to give you the numbers, and because this is the first time you're hearing about this. So my normal ranged attack is plus 17. When I activate my blaster mode to its 3rd tier, I add 3 to my ranged attacks. And one of the blaster modes is when I take multiple attacks with a ranged weapon, instead of it being -4, it's -3. So now I'm actually making 4 attacks at plus 17. Yep. You did this to yourself, just so you know. Yeah, the look on your face is priceless. So that's very, very, very exciting. And the fact that some of those weapons can now be like, oh, I can now shoot a line and shoot that schmuck that's over there, or shoot 2 people, a whole bunch of people on a line, and one of them I'm just going to hit again. It's just like, it's going to be some fun stuff. And then
you
lastly,
did this to yourself, Michael.
I did. I told you I was going to do this. The last thing is we finally figured out what we wanted to do for the webbing, like the spinneret kind of thing that I took from the Fallen Fate Weaver. Mm-hmm. Or was it a Fate Weaver? I think it was Fate Weaver. But I have an integrated, for lack of a better term, grenade launcher that can only fire out these kind of web-based grenades. And so I can, twice a day, I can shoot out just like a standard web that just kind of like, makes an area difficult terrain. And then once a day, I can fire out a taser web that will, if someone is hit by it, they can actually be staggered by it. And those will go up, so next level, that'll be 3 times per day and twice per day. So that's a nice little tactical thing that can be like, oh, wait, I don't want them to be able to move. Now they're stuck in difficult terrain, and then I can do whatever it is I need to do otherwise. So tactically, I just became that much more interesting. So I'm very excited to do that.
No longer going to be a one-punch bot kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like I was a little bit limited in the stuff that I could do, and now I'm like, oh, I can do all sorts of sexy shit.
All right. I'm going to have to give you some more variety of enemies then to...
Oh, swarm us, man. Swarm us.
We just had a swarm.
Yeah, but there's nothing tough about what was in front of us.
You don't know that.
They were innocent.
Yes, I do.
You don't know that either.
All right. Excellent. It was all good choices. And like Pat said, the next level 12, is going to be a level where a lot of your like alt mode features go up. They go up on 6, 12, and 18. So next level is going to be a very interesting level for I think for a lot of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So you got through the riot up front, and you have some time to kill. You have a couple of days, I think, to yourself, where you can do some shopping. You can kind of do any kind of downtime stuff that you want. If there's any like personal projects you want to work on, because you've gotten to the point where like all of you have resolved a large chunk of your like the personal things that you were dealing with. The election is all done, and Windblade has already accepted. She's being installed. She's getting access to all of the information that you guys are interested in. So pretty much it's just a bit of a waiting game right now. It's waiting until you get a call from Windblade, and I'm sure Magnum, you probably send a communication to her like, hey, do you want to meet? And she would have told you like, yes, I do. Give me a couple of days to get everything that I need to.
We don't wait for her to call us. We call her.
Yep.
Isn't that nice when like the leader of a planet is actually like will respond to your texts?
It's nice.
Oh, I need at some point I need to go down to the Eukaris embassy arena, and I know Lord Scourge is gonna feel, he's gonna feel something about this, and I think that might be a fun time to get into a scuffle with him to see how well I'm handling now. So
okay,
so
all right.
I was actually going to suggest to the rioters, I'm like, hey, if you guys really want to resolve this, like, just come down to the arena. Like, this is how we do things on Eukaris. So, like,
If there are any Eukarans in that crowd, I'm sure that's exactly what they wanted.
I know, they're all like, what are we waiting? Why aren't we doing this? Let's fight. Them's fighting words, you know?
Is there anything before we move on to getting you over to Wimblade, moving things along? Is there anything that you'd like to do in town? I'll say you have 3 days to kind of work on anything that you want to work on. Plus, you just got paid too, so you got a good chunk of money for that level up.
Yep, I definitely have to go shopping.
Yeah. Doing a little shopping would probably be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also have like a little bit of training. Like, we do like that downtime skill training thing. So we have up to 24 hours of downtime that we can train to some skills if that's what we want to do.
Yep. Is there anything that you guys have already purchased that you can talk about?
Just occurred to me that Spindrift, never lived here before, sort of, and sort of did. So is there a place that we could set Spindrift up or help them? Any place you'd prefer to stay, maybe?
In Magnum.
I am my place. I'm like a snail. I just carry my house with me wherever I go.
Well, can we just reconfigure his own home to accept Spindrift, like Wild Strike's old home? Can we reconfigure the security so that it'll accept Windrift?
Yeah, that's true.
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Spindrift, do you feel comfortable staying in Wild Strike's old place? Does it feel like you?
Definitely not, but it's something for now.
Okay.
Right. You can redecorate, make it your own.
Exactly. I'll have to make some changes. Make a hollow jungle, maybe?
Something in a light webbing.
Exactly. Let me borrow that gun, Carapace.
You're gonna put up like some posters that says like "Play Spider," that kind of stuff.
If there's nothing, you guys can say that if you want to stop and do some shopping, in the meantime, you're welcome to. Like I said, you have 3 days worth of time to kind of kill for it. If there is anything that comes up, we can kind of retcon it and pull back and do some stuff. So if you think of some by the next session or something, yeah, sure, let us know.
How much money do we have?
10,700.
There you go.
All right, good to know.
So you all deal with your own little personal things, and a couple of days go by, 3 days go by, and Magnum, you get a call on your comm, and it's Windblade. And she's asking if you are ready to meet.
Yes, definitely. Let me get the gang together and let me know what time and where, and we'll meet you there.
And she will, and she'll say, tomorrow at 10, tomorrow at noon.
Sure, noon will be fine. All right. I will send a note to everybody else and get ready to go discuss the next terrible thing we have to deal with.
And with that, we will see you next time.
All right.
Excellent. Yeah.
From the Secret Files of Teletran 1, Empire of Rust is written and GM'd by Michael Ordway. Detective Magnum and his partner Pythagoras are played by Matthew G. Ambassador Sweetspot, Councilman of Velocitron, is played by Adam H.U. The Decepticon Target Master, Wildstrike, and his partner Nyko are played by Mike M. And Carapace, the Beast Warrior of Primitive Eukaris, is played by Patrick Finn. Additional characters are played by Michael Ordway, Brandon Ouellette, and Charlotte Chapman. Outro narration by Derek Bixby. Empire of Rust is supported by the humans and networks of planet Earth, whose online networks provide access to libraries of sound effects and music such as story blocks, Zasplat, Blue Zone, Pixabay, Paper Yellow Music, and Dark Fantasy Studios. We are distributed by the Transmissions Podcast Network. Stay up to date with all the latest news and reviews in the world of the Transformers by going to transmissionspodcast.com or searching the Transmissions wherever you get podcasts. You can communicate with the heroes of Cybertron by joining us on the Transmissions Discord channel. There you can discuss episodes, talk to the cast, and download the rule set used in Empire of Rust. Teletran 1, signing off.